Stay in the know with Radio 2000 podcast.
9 minutes after 8 right here on Radio 2000. Thank you very much to Evelyn for the news there. Evelyn is back again at 9 o'clock. Remember, just after the 9 o'clock news, Justice will come in with Mino Mino. For now, though, it is the second hour of the show and we are talking about your dreams. What are your dreams telling you? You know those dreams where you dream about Matisa and then you're running and you're like running so hard and then you hide behind a pole. Dreams are funny. Dreams are just weird. You hide behind a pole and under normal circumstances, you know you're going to be seen. But because it's in a dream, you stand there and you think you're not going to be seen. Well, let's welcome Griffith Makuse. How are you, sir?
I'm all right, and how are you, Mapaseka?
Lovely, thank you. Thank you very much for joining us. Griffith is author of the book Life of a Dreamer, Prophetic Dreams and Visions. Okay, I want us to talk about these dreams. What's your relationship with dreams? How does it work?
My relationship has to do with me being more of an interpreter,
okay,
than being more of a dreamer.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's more on that I'm more of an interpreter than I am a dreamer.
Okay, so you're saying, somebody can say to you, I dreamt of 1, 2, and 3, and you'll be able to say, this is what that means.
Definitely.
Aha.
Yeah.
086-000-2479. That's the number to dial if you want your dreams interpreted. Or you can send us your voice notes on 060-584-2250. At what point, though, do we differentiate dreams from just, from telling it? We dream every day.
Yeah.
So how do I know whether this one I should be taking seriously as opposed to any other dream? I can't imagine that I would take every dream seriously.
Yeah. No, most definitely. Life would stop if you take every dream seriously.
Yes.
All right. So there are dreams that are from your subconscious that are quite normal, that are from your subconscious, from your events of the day and things like that. But there are also dreams that are from God or that are divine in nature. All right. And what happens is that the difference is that the ones that are divine, you will be able to remember them. That's the first thing.
Okay.
Secondly, they leave an imprint in your mind or in your spirit that you can't shake off. All right?
Okay, so then you know that it's a different dream.
It's a different dream.
Okay.
And again, if you have a divine dream, what will happen is that you would remember it even if it's after 15 years, 20 years. You will clearly remember the dream that you had in 1990. All right? If it was a spiritual dream. But a natural dream you'll easily forget. You'll easily struggle to even remember. All right? So there will be those differences, and it won't leave a permanent mark in your heart that will be a drive of you in trying to discover what the dream is trying to say.
Now, can we decipher our own dreams? Is it as easy as that? Or do I have to have a special gift for that?
Yeah. You can decipher your own dreams. And we live in a time where people are gifted.
Yes.
All right. Where people are gifted, and it depends on a number of things. All right. It depends on you. Number one, there are things that you have to do to get into a space where you can interpret your own dreams. Number one, it's you have to learn the language of symbols. We call it a symbolic language, which is a picture language.
Okay.
Because a lot of dreams comes via pictures, as we know. All right. So in fact, the dream world is either audible or visual. All right. Sometimes you find the combination of both.
Okay.
And because of that, what happens is that you have to learn the symbols or the pictures, all right, or the metaphors that are in dreams, for you to come to a space where you are able to interpret the dreams.
Are they the same for everyone?
Yeah.
So if I dream of dogs chasing me, and Dosh dreams of dogs chasing her, does it mean the same thing?
It might be different depending on the context of the entire dream.
Okay.
All right. So the context of the entire dream can change entirely the meaning.
Okay.
So Dosh can dream of maybe her driving, being chased by dogs, all right? And maybe she escapes the dogs and you dream the same dream and maybe you are bitten by dogs, all right? So dogs can mean several things. They can be, remember, dogs, number one, are men's best friends. So they can be speaking about friendship.
Okay.
Number two, they can speak about conspiracy as well. Because remember, sometimes you might be walking down the street and a dog starts barking at you without no reason,
yes.
without any valid reason, without you having done anything. So they can be both. Most dreams can be, there's a good and bad mostly in them. All right.
In those.
So So it can be speaking about maybe people that are close to you that are conspiring against you. All right. And either it can be speaking about even the friendships that are coming to you that are genuine that you are running away from or closing doors against. All right. So depending on the entire context of the dream, you are then able to determine the accurate interpretation of that dream.
Okay. I've just gotten a message here. Somebody says they had a dream of a snake. So they walked into the house. There were snakes, 3 big snakes, and one bit her.
Okay.
One bit her. And the people who were in the house with her grandparents, she says, took time. They were just taking their own time to take her to hospital.
Okay.
That's the dream.
Yeah. It speaks about the pain that has been inflicted on her.
Okay.
And family members are avoiding it.
Sure.
All right. So it might be that, we have instances where, and it's unfortunate that is happening in our day, where a girl child can be raped by somebody in the family. And unfortunately, I'm sorry for using such a strong word, can be raped by somebody in the family, and the family might be knowing.
Yes.
And they might be turning a blind eye on it because the family member is rich. He's
Sure.
taking care of them, feeding them and doing stuff. So you find that the family is turning a blind eye to it, even though the daughter is being hurt. So I'm just giving that scenario.
Yes.
That in such a case, you'll find that the people who were present in the dream are well aware of what is happening in her life emotionally, on an emotional state, but they are turning a blind eye to it. Probably they are thinking she's strong.
Sure.
Maybe she will be able to carry it on her own, or
sure.
Yeah, but it has to do with that people are around her, but there is no sense of awareness in as far as her pain is concerned. And it might also mean that she expects a reaction and she's not getting it. All right? That don't expect a sympathetic reaction from your family members, particularly ABC, these people, because they're not going to give you the reaction.
What happens when you dream of somebody who's passed away?
Dreaming of somebody who has passed away, I actually wrote about it in the book on the most common dreams. It might mean one of the many things. And I want to give an example as well. And one example is that there was a lady whose husband had passed on.
Right.
And what happened over time, because she was a housewife and the husband was obviously the one who was working. So she stayed and mourned over the years and so forth. And she kept on having dreams of her husband. And the dreams of the husband, she kept on dreaming her driving a car and the husband sitting on the back seat. But in the natural, she can't drive. So she kept on having the same dream, and it was recurring.
Right.
And until she came and she asked the question, why do I keep on dreaming about my husband who's late, and every time I'm driving him in the car? All right. But one day she had another dream where the husband was now driving, but they were not getting to that destination.
Sure.
So the car was going round in circle. So the interpretation of the dream was simple, was that you are keeping your life idling. All right. You are not moving on in your life. You are not progressing,
so
because
you're holding on.
Yeah, you are holding on to him, and that then derails your movement in life. That derails your movement in life, you acquiring better things, you growing in life and having a better perspective in life. So until she got to a place where she let go of that pain, then she started living her life and opening her own business and doing well in life.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. I had a dream, very interestingly, a while back, many years ago. I had a dream.
See, you can remember that.
Remember.
Yeah,
yes.
So that was a spiritual dream, because you can remember that it was a while back and it's a long time ago.
I mean, I remember that it was after I lost a very close person to my life, my cousin. I would say cousin, but she was more a sister, but yeah, cousin. If we were to look at biology, would say cousin. And I dreamt that I was with her, and then she was running away from me. And then just as I was about to catch her and talk to her, she jumped over a fence and she said, "No, but I have to go." What does that say? Is that exactly what it is?
Yes, it is exactly what it is. It was addressing your pain, your healing, that you need to accept the fact that she has crossed over.
So
you need to accept the fact that she has crossed over. And it's like, when after Moses had died and there was an annunciation in the camp that Moses has died, and God said to the children of Israel, "I'm giving you 30 days to mourn." All right. So prolonged mourning can be demonic over time. All right. It can actually cloud your judgment, and you can find yourself camping in one place for years and not being able to move on and live on. So the fact that you were chasing her, it means that you had not yet accepted that she had parted. All right. And you, if you had it in you, you were going to ask God to bring her back. So it was that thing. It was bringing you to a place of closure where you need to have closure about her passing.
Very interesting. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, Nakedi's on the phone. Hi, Nakedi. Hold on, we're trying to get Nakedi. Let's try again. Let's see. Nakedi, can you hear me? Yes, we are good.
Yeah, I can hear you, Ospasi.
Lovely, we can hear you too. What's up?
Yes, nice topic. I hope you guys can help me. I lost my bigger brother about 2022. He passed on. When he was alive, we had our issues, like sibling issues. But then we'll resolve them and stuff. Funny enough, he comes to me in my dreams. He's on the other side. He'll appear with everybody who's on that other side. Right?
Okay.
Everybody on that other side, they're happy to see me. They quiet, but then with a happy face. But then with him, he's calling me. He says, "Come, let's go." And I keep on asking him, where are we going? He'll just say, "No, come, we're just going." Because, we need, we blacks, actually, we drink. I used to go out with him and have drinks and stuff. But then he'll always call me and say, "Let's go." Where? "No, we're just going out." And that thing, it's bothering me. It bothered me until I tell the elders, and then we went home. We did the ancestral thing to say, "We can't call you that side," and blah blah blah. But then it keeps on appearing. So
was he asking you to get into the car?
Not a car. They are in a space. They are just in a space. So now he's saying to me, "Come, join me." But then the rest of the people, even my dad, my grandparents, they say, "No, don't come." You understand?
Yeah.
So it scares me to an extent that sometimes I even scared to drive. I don't know. Somebody said to me he wants you to join him on that side. But then Baba Mbahana. Like, no. I'm sorry. So maybe the gentleman can help me. Yeah.
Griffith?
Thank you. I'll listen on the radio.
Okay, all right. You can listen just in case he's got a question.
Hold on. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for the question. And normally, in such a case, you will. It depends on the response. All right. I normally marry this to an angel of death.
Okay.
All right. And it can be good and it can be a bad thing. But remember, every spiritual encounter does not happen without your permission. All right. So if he agrees to the call, he will eventually die because he had agreed.
Yeah.
And about dreaming about people who have passed on. I must say this, that normally people who are, it's like when you get a person who's sick, very sick in hospital and so forth, and everybody expects them to die, they would normally tell you that I saw so-and-so who has passed on, I saw so-and-so.
Yeah.
So people who are just on the verge of dying, they always see the dead. All right. Just like Jesus, when he was just on the verge of being betrayed, Moses and Elijah appeared before him. All right. And because he was just on the verge, on the mountain of transfiguration. So that's what happens normally. So if I be a Christian and I be a child of God, I would rebuke that spirit. All right. But obviously people believe in different things. All right, it will depend on him. But like he said, that he went to the elders and they did the ritual and so forth, but it still doesn't stop. All right, meaning that this requires something much more better than what they did.
So what is that then? What's the much better?
What I normally do in such cases, I rebuke that spirit of death in the name of Jesus. Then it does it. And it goes once and for all. But remember, Jesus says to be your Lord and Savior, personal Lord and Savior, for you to get into that space.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want us to lose people who are not necessarily as spiritual as you are, or people who believe in what you believe in. Nothing wrong with it, but I want us to be accepting of everyone. So what happens if a person, for example, believes in Badimo and all of that, or is an atheist? And they have a dream like that.
Yeah, it is. Unfortunately, with that, I can only tell you what it means, but I can't give you a remedy on what you need to do next, because that depends on your belief system. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can only tell you that it is you are just at the verge of another spirit calling you into the place of the dead. So what is the risk? The risk is that you have been called into the place of the dead.
So do you have any questions? Can you say no?
Yes. I'm here.
Yeah, go
Why
for it.
Why is he only the one who's calling me, but then the rest of the people are not calling me? They're actually sending me back.
Because it's not your time. I don't know. This is guesswork from me.
I'm not sure about your relationship with him and how close you were together and all that.
He said they had their own sibling issues.
Yeah.
You know, those fights, the usual.
Yeah, the usual fights and so forth. Yeah. So I'm not sure about the detail. Why is he the only one calling you and the rest are just sitting back and watching?
He's the only one who's calling me. He's the only one.
Yeah. But here's one advice I can always give. The key is in your response. Yeah, if you don't respond,
when he calls me, I refuse.
Yeah, if you don't respond or you refuse, it will never happen. But if you agree and respond according to his instruction as he calls you, then unfortunately you will join him. So the entire thing depends on how you respond. Yeah.
But this thing I fail.
Yeah, and you know it's very key because some dreams are recurring. All right, and recurring dreams are actually dreams that are very serious and must be taken very seriously. Every dream that is recurring must be taken very seriously, because if there's a recurring dream, it means that it is very serious.
Thank you. I got thanks. You helped me a lot.
Sure.
Thanks a lot.
All right, that's an interesting one. Now let's talk about just recurring dreams, Nji. Like when people dream of bees. What is that?
Yeah, it depends on the entire context of the dream. What are bees doing? What is happening in the dream? Because some dreams are inconclusive. And the reason why I say that is that the person can say, I dreamt of dogs. What were they doing? No, they were just dogs. So that dream is inconclusive. So just like in movies or series, you have part 1, part 2, season 1, season 2, and so some dreams are like that. There's you need to get other parts for you to accurately interpret those dreams.
Sure. Hi, Sissy. I dreamt of an ex being angry and had a gun with him to a point of using it. What does that mean? Because he's a jolly person.
Yeah, but how was the breakup? Did he accept it? Is he not accepting it? Yeah, because most of the dreams, for you to rightly interpret them, you need to ask further questions. So we need to know he's a jolly person, but how did he take the breakup and all this? So those are answers. But a lot of dreams answer or speak to the threat potential that might be out there.
Okay.
All right. So you find that sometimes you break up with a person, they don't have a problem that you broke up with them, but they start having a problem when you join yourself with somebody else. When they find out that now you have moved on with so-and-so, now you find that dream you've been seeing now becomes a reality. All right?
Okay.
Yeah, but she might think the person is jolly, is friendly, poses no threats. It's because probably she's still alone. All right? After breaking up with him. But eventually after moving on in life, meeting with somebody else and so forth, the behavior will then come forth.
Okay, another one says, I always dream of the father of my son, but every time when he wants to say something, my son will just appear and disturb us.
So the son will appear in the physically or in the dream?
No, it sounds like in the dream and disturb it.
Okay, but we need to be sure. Probably if she can write further.
But it says it's a dream, Agar.
Yeah.
I always dream of the
my-
father of
yeah.
my son, but every time he wants to say something, my son will appear and disturb.
So is he?
It sounds like it's in the dream.
Yeah, but the guy, is it the father of the son? Is
Yes,
the father the
yes.
actual father of the child?
Yes, that's what it says here.
Yeah. So this speaks about their relationship. You know, I'm gonna give an example. You get married or you're in a relationship with somebody, you're all lovey-dovey, going out and so forth and doing all these things, all right? Then you have a child together with somebody else. Then your focus moves from a relationship into parenting.
Yes.
So that is what is happening there, all right? That their focus of the relationship is no longer there. It has moved over into parenting now. That's what it means. The dream. So if they want the relationship to succeed, they need to turn the focus back into the relationship so that it can work out. So it does speak about that. There are things that they no longer communicate. There are things that they no longer say, maybe heart to heart, that has to do with them, their relationship. Yeah, instead of talking about them and their relationship, and she's probably filling the void, and she will tell me if I'm right. She's actually probably filling the void of him or the father of the child being a stranger, all right? Because all of them, both of them, have turned their heads on parenting rather than a healthy relationship between them.
Okay.
That's what it means.
Another one. Kisillomo Soweto, I keep dreaming of a lot of people gathered at home eating food, like some sort of musebe type of thing. This dream is persistent and I'm a spiritual person. Please help.
Okay. And heba kopani, I wish to ask Sello, hore heba kopani, in that fashion, does he know hore ba kopani kang? Ba bona is some sort of musebetsi, but he doesn't know.
It doesn't sound like it.
Yeah, it's inconclusive, but ebolela about that. Some dreams are literal, ne? Ebolela about the gathering, but if you can find out, or from the gathering, is it about something good, something bad, you know, or what the gathering was all about? Because some emotions, some interpretations, you get them from your emotions as you wake up. All right. Let's say now you have a dream, you wake up in the morning, then you are worried. That is part of the interpretation. All right. So your emotions play a major role in you interpreting the dream. So I would have asked more questions if he was around to say, how did you feel? Did it feel like that gathering was something bad happening? Were people sad? Were they happy? Did they look, you know? So that feeling is important for one to rightly interpret that dream.
Okay. Great. Let's go to the voice notes.
Good evening, Osma Paseka and your guest. So I will usually dream about being shot at, and on that dream I will be shot at, but I won't die and I won't feel any pain. So I want to know, like, what does that mean? Like, I usually have that dream like many times, and I don't know the meaning of that. So can your guest try to explain for me what does it mean? Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I would have asked him about his spirituality. Okay, because normally it speaks about that. I actually wrote about it in the book under the most common dreams.
Okay.
Being shot at, because those are common dreams that people would get. All right. And yeah, so I would ask him if those people were they chasing him? Did they choose him without reason or things like that? You know, and but normally it speaks about a person's spiritual well-being, and it speaks about their attacks, spiritual attacks, that the person is actually experiencing or facing, that they mustn't keep a blind eye to.
Okay. Yeah, so they need to be open and
so they will still shoot you and you will still not die and so forth. So it shows that it has an impact, but even though the impact does not lead to death, but there is an impact and a change that happens when you are shot, because he wakes up worried, he wakes up wondering what is happening and all that. So it does have an impact. However, it speaks to his spiritual well-being more than any other thing.
Okay. I think we have another voice note. Let's go.
Hi, good evening.
Hello.
Can I please remain anonymous? I once had a dream about my late daughter. She was just about 15 years, a teenager when she passed on. So I had this dream about her. She came to me. She was naked, kneeling down, and didn't even want to look at me. And I asked her, why are you not dressed? Because I gave you your pretty favorite dress to wear when you left. And she said, Mommy, I know, but those old ladies who were cleaning me, preparing me for the funeral, they took away my dress. So can I ask you to get me something to dress? Then I can tell you everything. That dream came about 3 times. And because we are the family with lots of conflicts, I didn't tell anyone in my family. It kept bothering me, and I kept on praying because it's worrying. I was worried. It's still worrying me even now. And then later on, she came in a dream again, and then she said she was covered in white lights, like satin clothes, covered her whole body, and said, Mommy, I'm almost okay now, but I just want you to dress me up, then I can tell you everything. Again, she said the same thing. I don't know what it means, but it worries me all the time. Whenever I think about it, I'm worried because I don't know what's happening.
The dynamics of this depends on her belief system as a person, and it is quite tricky to answer because it's connected to her belief system. I wish she had, because she does mention that she always prays, and she does pray. So I can assume that because she always prays, probably she believes in God, or she believes in what? Because dreams are always connected also to your belief system. Okay. So in her case, I wouldn't interpret the dream.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's connected to her belief system. I wish she was here for me to ask her.
You want us to try and call her?
Yeah, we can call her.
Let's try and, we're going to try and call her. Let's put that one on hold. We'll try and call her. Maybe batla unveiling. Maybe nana batla lijwe. Something.
Probably.
Could maybe the child be saying, and I always find those so funny when people say, we have to return unveiling arwah khatzela. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Does that happen?
Not to me, not to people I know. So that's why I'm saying it's quite a tricky one. Because depending on the source of the dream, because all dreams are not from God. Not all dreams are from God. All right? Yeah. So I can clearly interpret dreams that are from God. Okay. So if a dream is not from God, because there's other sources of dreams that people can receive. So if the source of a dream is not God, is not inspired by the Holy Spirit, then it's one can interpret it. Just like any other person who can interpret dreams who does not believe in God, maybe believe in any Eastern religion or anything like that, they can interpret any dream that is merely from God.
Sure.
Yeah. So the source plays a major role.
All right, let's do this. Let's go to another voice note. We'll try and get a hold of the other lady. Okay? Let's go to a voice note.
Good evening, I just want to ask something. There's a friend of mine who told me that he had a dream of me, like he was visiting my house. There was a ceremony, sort of in the dream is a ceremony, but outside there are no people, of which but yena makabheka akunabantu. So naye bekangibuza ukuthi le phupho lisho ukuthini, so I want to know guest ukuthi lisho ukuthini le phupho lelo, because naye akazi ukuthi lisho ukuthini, ukuthi kunenyama eningi but ngithi yabantu but akunabantu. What's the meaning of that dream? Thank you.
Okay, meaning of that dream?
All right, the meaning of that dream might be speaking about the issue of his calling. All right, so yeah, as we know, depending on his belief system, but the calling upon his life.
Okay.
All right, so you find that some people are called, when I'm speaking about the calling, some people are called into politics, some people are called into
whatever the calling
calling might be, you know.
Okay.
And it might be that his actual call, all right, has to do with him dealing with people or feeding people or working with people. All right, as the person said that in a dream, Bokoninyama, and he was busy feeding people and all that. So that's the nature of a calling. So his nature of calling connects to people. All right, if I nalo ubizolo ama computer, yabona, uzosebenza ngecomputer i1 lapha ubizolo in. So the nature of the calling upon him has to do with him dealing with people or interacting with people or helping people. So it has to do with that. So whatever focus that he has or whatever he wants to do in life or what he's pursuing has to do with that. And normally it's where success comes from.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. Now that's an interesting one. Sure.
Yeah.
Then there's other, your normal, I cannot do normal, but your everyday or at least recurring dreams, like a lot of them that come, right?
Yeah.
Like when you dream of having a baby, what does that mean?
And what happens? You just have a baby. And
yes. You dream like unalingwana, like you have this small baby and this.
Yeah. If it's a different one if you dream when you are pregnant and you are giving birth.
What does that mean?
When you dream of yourself already having a baby, it means that you are in a season, but you are not aware. You are in a new season already in your life, but you are not yet aware.
Okay.
It's like you are late for it. But when you dream while you are pregnant, when you are pregnant and you are giving birth to a baby, it means that there is a season that is coming. Then you can better prepare yourself for what is coming.
All right, let's continue with our discussion. About 15 minutes to go until 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, we've got the news with Evelyn Tongwane. And then just after that, Just Isel come in with Mino. For now, though, we're talking to Griffiths and we're talking about dreams. He interprets dreams. It's Griffith Makuse. He interprets dreams and he wrote a book. He authored a book called A Life of a Dreamer, Prophetic Dreams and Visions. We've got Nikki on the line. Nikki, how are you?
I'm good, and you, Professor?
All right, thank you. Thank you so much for calling, for taking our call, Nikki. You sent us a voice note. Your daughter passed away. She was 15. Tell us more about the dreams.
That was the second dream, actually, the one I sent.
Okay.
The first dream she came, she was okay, because she was going to grade 10. And then she passed on in January, just before the school starts. So she came in her uniform, wearing her uniform, coming with my late grandfather. My grandfather died years ago. I was so very young.
Okay.
And I never dreamed of him before, after his death. But she came with him.
Okay.
And I was excited to see her and also scared because I know she's dead.
Yes.
We used to call her in a house, me and her siblings, my other kids. We used to call her Ukoko.
Okay.
So and I told her sister, here's Ukoko. And then she came and I asked her, why are you here? You're not supposed to be here. She said, I know, Ma, I'm not supposed to be here. But then this old man, this Nkulu, asked me to come here so she can see your home. So he can see where you live. So that was the first dream.
Okay.
And then because I was excited, so I told everybody in the family that she came in a dream, and I believe that she met her ancestors and maybe she's going to be a good angel. Okay. So I told some of my family members, and thereafter, after she came in another dream, the one I sent you a voice note, she was naked, she was not dressed. And I asked her, why are you not dressed? And she said, those old ladies who were preparing me, they took my dress. So can I have something to wear so I can tell you everything. That dream came about 2 or 3 times. And then I kept praying. I kept donating in a church. I'm Catholic, so we have some Catholic ritual that you do at church. You light a candle and pray for that particular person, or for all the deaths, or for all the people that are dead. Right. So I put her in those kind of prayers. And then when she came the second time, she was covered in a white satin cloth, telling me the same thing, that she wants me to give her something to wear. Then she can tell me everything. There's a lot that I need to know.
Okay, Griffith.
And the last one that happened recently, it is still her, but not in me. It wasn't me. It was her friend, a friend who used to live next door. She said she dreamt about her. She came to. She wanted. I was going to buy her a white dress. It looks like in a dream it was like she was going to some dance or a party. So I was buying her a white dress, but then she said that white dress I must give it to her sister. That was about a week ago.
8 minutes to go to, at least 7 minutes now, to go to 9 o'clock. The news with Evelyn Tongwane at 9. And then just after that, Just Ice will come in with Mino Mino. For now, though, I've got Griffiths in the studio, Griffith Makuse, and he is interpreting your dreams. Griffiths, Nikki's on the line. Remember, she told us about her dream of her daughter. How do we help her?
Thank you, Nikki, for the question. And in your case, Nikki, I would like to respect what you believe, all right? However, in this dream, I would not be in a position to rather interpret it. You did mention that you are Catholic, all right? And I personally don't believe in the dead appearing in our dreams, all right?
At all?
At all, all right?
So the cousin that I dreamt of was?
Yeah, it can be a significance of something else. That's why depending on context. Okay. But in her context, it is something that I'm not at liberty to answer. And I feel because also she's Catholic and she has Catholic leaders as well at church, because she goes to church and she did speak about some ritual candle and so forth, that which they follow. I feel like it will be better for Nikki to go to her spiritual leaders, address what she's been going through, because she kept it a secret even in the family. Address what she has been experiencing, the dreams and so forth, and whatever advice your spiritual leaders give you, probably go with it, because it might be the solution for what you're experiencing.
Hold on, are you suspecting that it could be Africa magic?
Yeah, it can be. It can be that. It can be Africa, because people who have passed on. I believe that they've just passed on, and it's amazing that your daughter maybe keeps on appearing, and it's recurring, which is a concern now. All right, the fact that it's recurring. So it can be anything. I'm not saying it's not your daughter. I'm not saying it's your daughter, but it can be.
What are you saying? You can't say it's not, but it is. What are you saying?
It's not her daughter because she has passed on. All right.
Okay,
but
so
also,
you're thinking it could be a spirit of sorts.
It can be a spirit of any sort, because remember, any spirit can masquerade into anything. So a spirit can masquerade into me, into anyone else, and so forth, because they are spirits. All right. So that's why the best advice, I would say, that it's always better to consult your spiritual leaders. All right. They would be able to tell, based on the belief system of the church and what they are teaching in the church, they can be able to tell you what that possibly means and assist from there.
Nikki?
Hi, I'm still listening here.
Do you have more questions?
Not so far. But to add to on what Brother Griffith has just said, I spoke to one of my spiritual sisters in church, just a lady I trust, an old lady that I trust. So I think it's the same as, it's almost the same as the one Brother Griffith, as the advice that Brother Griffith is giving me just now, because she said, Nikki, you need a spiritual counseling. We must go to the priest and speak to him, because there's a lot. So there's a lot, even more than just my daughter in her dreams.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. All the best to you, and condolences about your daughter. Okay?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Right. All the best to you. Thank you so much for the call.
Pleasure all mine. Thank you.
All right. Please explain what it means dreaming of a box with books, and on top of the only clear book was a Bible.
Mm-hmm. It is. I think it's clear.
No, it's not. What is it?
And it actually speaks about the fact that a person needs to be a reader of the Bible. All right, study it, but the first part you said,
dreaming of box with books.
Yeah,
and on top, the only clear book that you can see is the Bible.
Is the Bible? Yes. So you say the person knows that it's a box of books, but the only clear book is the Bible. All right. So removing your focus on reading a lot of books and focusing on reading the Bible. All right. That's what it means. It's like a person who read more books than they read the Bible, and they are Christians. All right. So focus on the Bible, and normally such dreams are seasonal. You know, where you've been reading a lot of books, and now God is saying, now read the Bible.
Okay, here's another one that says, I always dream of candles. The first dream, I dreamt of different colors of candles. The second one, I dreamt of a yellow candle with a sangoma cloth, and the cloth was white with black spots, like I was floating in water praying. The third one, I dreamt of blue candles with wool that is combined. The wool was red and yellow, and the snuff was next to those things. I was going to pray with those things. Sorry, but that's just
I think that has been interpreted by Mapaseka. So I don't know. I don't know anything about.
Don't take my interpretation seriously. I cannot.
Yeah, I don't know anything about since I'm not. I don't believe Kobunga King. I don't know anything about candles and red candles and so forth, and marine spirits and all that. So unfortunately, that I can't answer.
So how does she get help?
I don't know where it depends on where she goes for her spiritual upliftment and so forth. It depends on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
But if it was a church thing, if somebody would come to me in church and so forth, would obviously pray over the person and lay hands and so forth and probably deliver.
Okay. Your book is called Life of a Dreamer, Prophetic Dreams and Visions. Where do we find it?
They can find it at they can contact me on 079 7527 7089.
Say it again.
079 752 7089.
Okay.
Or I'm also on all social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook as Griffith Makuse, or they can then look for Walk of a Nabi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff. Thank you very, very much for making time to talk to us today.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And we've given out your number. We'll also make sure that it's on our socials for those who would like to get a hold of you. All right. Thank you very much. It is 9:00 and time for the news with Evelyn. Remember, tomorrow we are voting. Tomorrow, find your ID. Find it today. Find your ID today so that you can go vote. If you don't have it, go tomorrow morning to Home Affairs and they'll give you a temporary ID. They are open for as long as the voting stations are open. Yeah. And remember, you need to be registered where you are voting. So check where you are registered so that you know exactly where to vote. You can send an SMS to 32810. It costs R1. It's 32810. You send your ID number to that number and then they will send you all your registration details. It is 9:00. Time for the news with Evelyn Tongwane. I'll see you tomorrow after voting. I'm also voting tomorrow. So let's do the right thing. Let's vote. Let's make sure that our voices are heard. Evelyn Tongwane, and after that, Just Ice will come in with Mino Mino.
If you missed it, catch the rewind on radio2000.co.za.